Hey guys, Review Crew here with a review about a month later from our last one. Apologize for the wait, but we're going to make it up to you with a different kind of film today.
Japanese.
Ninja Assassin technically count for that?
I guess in a way it would because, I mean, they're like how many American people?
Anyways, the film is Godzilla vs. Destoroyah.
Destoroyah. Actually, not Destoroyah.
You sure about that?
100%.
Huh, that's weird. Well, how about you give the basic plot?
Well, if you didn't see Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla, you should probably watch that first before you watch this one because it covers kind of more of a background of this one. Basically, though, Baby Godzilla from Space Godzilla, not the son, but from the movie, got grown up because the birth island, I guess, somehow got sunk underwater and there's radiation pumping out from by it. I don't know what happened. Maybe like a nuclear test right on the island. Yeah, where giant monsters live. That's just a fantastic idea.
It'll make it even bigger.
Exactly. So basically, he's like a teen Godzilla, I guess, or Godzilla Jr. as they call him. And Godzilla, the main guy, he's just
On the verge of exploding.
He's just fucked, basically.
Within a couple of days, he could actually melt down, and that would cause the entire Earth to pretty much evaporate.
Think of Chernobyl, but 100 times greater is basically what's going to happen. The whole Earth is just going to cease life as we know it. If, of course, that's pretty much probably gave away the ending.
It's a Godzilla film.
Yeah, true.
There's not much to hide.
Okay, when he melts down, basically. He does melt down. I just gave it the whole end, but I don't fucking care. No one even probably watches this anymore. Hi, people. But basically, where was it going? Later on in the film, there's a scene where they're under a tunnel under Tokyo or Japan. I think it's Tokyo, and
Tokyo is in Japan. It's the
I know.
capital.
I forget if they said in Tokyo or if it's underneath Japan. I forget exactly. I don't know. Just bear with me here. I'm trying to remember. My memory's not that great. I have an IQ of a squirrel. I know. It's random. But in that tunnel, a elevator melts. The elevator shaft just completely melts. Just gone. So
Did that even explain how that happens? I don't remember them ever giving an explanation. Like, it could have been Godzilla, but never said.
Radiation, heat, I don't know. So, a doctor who created, I think, atom oxygen, or oxygen atoms, I don't know, like really compressed oxygen that can be used for us to dive underwater with, like, masks about that big. Basically, just put it in your mouth and just breathe, and you can breathe for hours. Compressed oxygen, I think is what it's called, I forget. But basically, it can either be used as a weapon or to help us.
For food supplies or something along those lines.
Yeah, so right now they're saying, okay, it'll help us. So that doctor decides to go to the site, take soil samples, I don't know why, it'll explain in the movie, take it back to his lab, and it turns out that there was a living organism in it.
It was created by that oxygen bomb in the first Godzilla, right?
In the very, very first Godzilla movie, or a different one, I don't know. Another scientist created an oxygen bomb that destroys, not helps, and that's how they killed the first Godzilla. Go watch that movie if you want. So, the organism somehow gets out of the container, and when it gets out, it ends up in an aquarium. Don't know how it gets there. When it gets there, it decides to start eating away at the fish. Just destroys big flashes of light, everything gone.
Pretty cool effect, I'll have to admit.
Yeah, so after that happens, it decides to go into an abandoned warehouse. Military gets sent in, or the army, or whoever, they get sent in.
I think the JSDF.
What he said. They just get to go in to destroy it. turns out there's more than one. There's multiple.
And here's the thing. At this point, it feels not like a Godzilla movie, but like a B horror movie. Because Godzilla seems to be barely in it for the majority of the film.
He comes in every now and then just to say hi.
Like 5 seconds, then gone.
They say, hey, I'm here, don't forget me. Okay, I'm out.
It's like if you were to take away any shots of Godzilla and change up the dialogue and, make another couple of scenes, this could have been a totally different movie.
And shrunken the things just by maybe...
Okay, it kept it the same size it was.
Yeah, I guess. And then, kind of take away the ending, too, when the Destroyers combine, become this giant thing, basically. That's later on, though. So, back to the thing that I was explaining, at least trying to. Where was I?
The JSDF attacking the monsters.
Thank you. So they go in, start attacking, most of them die, some of them survive.
It's a Godzilla military. You know they're gonna die.
One gets out of the building, however, and decides to go attack a news reporter.
Oh my gosh, she was such a stupid bitch.
There's names and everything. I don't tend to know them because they're Japanese and I can't speak Japanese, but we watched it in English dub.
We'll talk about that later, though.
Yeah. And so he goes, tries to attack it. He or she, I don't know if the monster's a he or she. Well, it goes to try and attack her. Is a dumbass for maybe about 2 minutes.
Yeah, she goes into a police car, closes the door, and then looks, opens the door to look. Oh, guess what? The monster's there. And then for 2 minutes, she's just screaming as the monster's trying to get into the car. Bitch, unlock the other door, open it, and run like hell. It's not that difficult.
No.
I met other horror movie characters that were much smarter than you, and most of them were all idiots.
So, there's more that we could talk about, but we're on a time schedule. Not really. I mean, we could put this into a 20-part episode if we really want to, but we're not gonna.
We could just get the real Cliff Notes version.
Yeah, so after that horror fiasco and after everything else that happens, they decide to go and attack him again, and this, I forget what it's called, it's something bad, I know that much.
The oxygen bomb or whatever?
Oxygen atoms, whatever it is, there's too much of it in the area, and they all combine to form one big giant motherfucker that still crawls.
But for some reason can fly, but doesn't flap its wings.
We'll go into that later. That's its next transformation. We're talking about the one where it still has all the legs. And
okay.
Okay, yeah.
When Godzilla Jr. comes in.
Yeah. So, Godzilla and Godzilla Jr. heading back towards the Birth Island. But since Godzilla's on a time schedule to blow up,
he's like a week.
And the other monsters there, they decided to take Junior. This is Godzilla. They decided to take Junior, turn him around, take him back to Tokyo, and Godzilla follows. I'm thinking, dumbasses, he can't really fight. But he proves me wrong when he uses his fire breath to blow shit up.
And here's the thing, Godzilla, he's just walking through the water. You could swim there and be there in 30 minutes maybe, but no. The next time we see Godzilla, it's night.
After Godzilla Jr. and Destroyer fight for a little bit.
Are you sure it's not Destoroyah? Because Destroyer sounds like something they couldn't get trademarked.
And, yeah. We had the movie up on TV. Destroyer. No, it's Destroyer.
No, that's an A and an H.
Destrorya.
Yeah, Destoroyah.
Destroyer. It's R-O, not R-D.
No, I'm saying after the Y, it's an A. Okay, damn, let's just go back to the review.
Yeah, sorry. We'll discuss more this later. You say yours, I'll say mine. We'll get people confused, but I'm sure they don't really care because they probably click on it, see our faces, and then just leave.
Yeah. Let's just walk through it out. I don't really care.
Yeah, exactly. So, basically, Godzilla and Junior talking, then all of a sudden he comes in, Destroyer, and just decides to, hey, fuck you, I'm gonna sky bomb everything and just blow shit up. So he ruins a nice family reunion. It's touching for maybe 5 seconds, and then decides to knock Godzilla to the ground, take Junior, fly him maybe, 5 miles towards the nearest building, which is everywhere.
Airport, I guess.
Yeah, and just drops him. Just done. It's like, oh, that's nice. Well, I'm sure he's fine. No, he dies. It's like, really?
He's the son of Godzilla, the thing that can take God knows how many firearms and explosives, but his son gets killed by a drop.
Exactly. He takes these blasts. He takes getting hit by giant arm scratch things. I don't even know what they're called. Can like get bit into, but no, like a 500-foot drop, which I'm sure he can survive. Nah, it just makes him keel over. It's like, oh, yeah, I'm sure like a lot of pipes and stuff were bent underneath your body, but somehow still got penetrated, and then you just died. Nah. So then after that, Godzilla comes in, kicks Destoroyah's ass for a little bit, goes over to Junior, tries to revive him. It seems to work, but nah, he still dies. So then Destoroyah comes back, and then Godzilla just rapes shit on him. And then, yeah.
The military comes... Okay, we're just going to roll the speed through this next part. Godzilla comes in... I'm sorry. The military comes in, sprays Godzilla with a freezing ray, which stops the meltdown. Godzilla gives all this power to Godzilla Jr. Godzilla Jr. is alive. And then the movie ends by showing us maybe 2 or 3 clips from the first Godzilla movie.
Yeah, but, the military doesn't stop the meltdown. The meltdown still happens. They put it under control, though. The radiation still pumps out and everything. But they cool them down enough to where it doesn't destroy the Earth. And Godzilla Jr. absorbs the radiation. It just doesn't go away. That's not how it happens. Godzilla Jr. was able to absorb most of the radiation to become alive, and now he's the new Godzilla that's like, roar, I'm going to destroy everything because I can.
Well, now that we get the story out of the way, let's talk about some of the other things. One would be the English dub. Sometimes it works, but other times it doesn't. Like, sometimes the voice actors just aren't really trying.
They use the same voice actors over again, which I can't really blame them. I mean, you're kind of on a budget. I mean, the movie was made in 1995, so I mean, you're kind of on a budget. The voice acting, it was good, but I mean, it could have been better. Some of the scenes, I mean, it just seemed like it went out to the middle of Tokyo, filmed the street maybe for 10 minutes, just plain Jane, just doing whatever people do, and then they just paste Godzilla right in, destroying buildings. Because people are just like, oh, I'm just going to keep walking. Oh, yeah, there's a giant explosion going on behind me, there's a big monster, but I'm just going to keep walking.
But I can't exactly blame the dub actors for the whole lip sync thing, friends, because they're speaking in the original actors are speaking in Japanese. However, they have to speak in English, so obviously that's not going to sync too well. I can't blame them for that.
No, because, I mean, Japanese sentences, they could use shorter words to mean the same sentence for us in English, so we have to use smaller words that hopefully mean the same thing to be
or
able to
talk
fit.
real fast.
Or speed talk. Like what I do. I speed talk a lot.
The special effects are pretty good for 1995 standards.
Even though
some of them definitely looked real fake. Like I said, Destoroyah didn't even like flap his wings, and he was still going there. It looked like
whee.
It looked like he was a figurine.
It looks like
just a toy. Not like a guy in a rubber suit, but you made a figurine of the thing, attach some strings to it, and
like an action
float
figure.
around.
Yeah, exactly. Godzilla, though, you know, if you don't know this, it's a guy in a rubber suit. I would love to be that guy, just for like 10 minutes, be in that suit and go, I'm going to destroy things, and then be done.
Of course, you get paid to wreck shit.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
What's not to love about that job?
Exactly.
I mean, granted, it'd be like hot as hell in the thing, but still.
Yeah. So, I mean, I swear that's sort of story, but we'll discuss that later. We'll probably do another one of these. Another Godzilla one, because these are nice. This isn't his movie, it's my movie. Actually, it's my father's movie.
His father's really in love with Godzilla.
My father loves Godzilla. If you like Godzilla 2 and you didn't know this, G-Fest, Godzilla Fest, look it up online. It's really fun to go to. There's a whole bunch of other stuff, too. And Destoroyah is not in any other movie. This is the only one that he's been in.
And he's considered one of Godzilla's greatest opponents. Along with Ghidorah?
King Ghidorah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Mecha Godzilla, possibly Space Godzilla. Also, there's like Godzilla in my names, but whatever.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Well, let's give it a rating. What do you give it?
I really like this movie because, well, this is what I grew up with. My dad being a Godzilla freak, this is what I grew up with. So, I'd give it, personally, a 5 out of 5 because I love this movie. But from a standpoint of a mind of a critic, even though I'm not one, I pretend to be one nowadays, I'd give it a 4 out of 5. For me.
I think I'd have to give it maybe a 3.5. It's not bad, but it was my first Japanese Godzilla movie, and I was a little underwhelmed. I was expecting a bit more of a monster fights, maybe a little more action. For the most part, they seem to focus on the humans, and
I got more, so I'll show him more later, and then maybe we'll change your mind and do another update video with this one. So, anyway, that's this one for now. Nothing really to do, I guess.
well, this has been the review crew. We'll see you guys next time.
Yeah. See you guys.